Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Memphis Grizzlies here in FedEx Forum. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined courtside by Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And it's Allie LaForce for us tonight on the sideline. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here and check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at the Timberwolves, they're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on. And checking out Memphis, just way behind.
You know, right now for the Grizzlies, they've been shockingly ineffective this season. I don't know if anyone thought they'd have this much of a struggle, but the chemistry's been horrible.
You hit it on the head. And they have a bunch of individual pieces that simply don't fit together. And it's led to a hugely disappointing season.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. And for Memphis, the front court is Wells and Jackson. Then there's Ty Jerome. Then it's Jock Landale. And it's Coward in at the 2 guard. And the Grizzlies, they come in off the loss to the Timberwolves. DB, no one has more Defensive Player of the Year awards than Rudy Gobert. 4 of them.
Well, with the 4, he is now tied with the great Dikembe Mutombo and the great Ben Wallace. Does he have another one in his sights?
Jackson misses. Here's Randall. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Good on the triple.
Well, we know DiVincenzo loves to shoot the long ball. The defense, you've got to be there to contest.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I had a chance to catch up with Memphis head coach. Coach spoke about how Rudy Gobert can change a game defensively. He had all the praise in the world, saying there are so few players at this level that can make a player fearful of shooting inside. Rudy is one of them. You have to get over the idea of hearing footsteps and be okay with having a shot blocked every now and then. Guys, back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie. Here's McDaniels after the basket by Jaren Jackson. Randall left side. Pass to Edwards. 5 to shoot. Misses from short range.
Boy, that's the kind of contest you need to force the miss.
Jerome against DiVincenzo. Back to Jackson. Jackson is doubled. And he comes up with the deuce.
And he is a huge presence inside at both ends. Jackson's a great asset to have in the post.
Now here is Edwards. 33 points last game. And slam dunk by Gobert.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
There's 1:26 left here in the opening quarter. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented. Different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
You simply must account for Rudy Gobert and keep him off the offensive glass. He's done it his whole career.
Pass to Landale. Outside Jackson. Now Jerome. There's the screen. Driving to the basket.
Boy, the long arms and size of Rudy Gobert on full display.
Edwards. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one.
Anthony Edwards is a 3-level scorer. He can beat you in a lot of ways, and he's extremely confident when the game is hanging in the balance.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And then for Minnesota, Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. Stolen by Reed. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Randall kicks to Conley. Right side, Reed. Timberwolves passing it around. Conley's shot is off. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Timberwolves lead by 3. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
We've got Santi Aldama. Vince Williams out there with G.G. Jackson. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Spencer in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's Spencer. Nothing on the board. Caldwell-Pope passes to Spencer. Here's Williams. Outside for Jackson. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Jackson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. And here is Conley. Pass to Randall. Stolen by Jackson. Let's see some of the numbers here for Julius Randall.
And he's got it going at the foul line these days. His free throw percentage looks a lot different in the last 10 games than it did earlier in the season. He's tinkered with a few things and really improved his form.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isola. He's ready to talk things through with them. Both teams changing it up here. NGA, a lot of the best defensive teams in the league have some stout zone looks they can go to. Where do those in a game come in handy?
I mean, often it's a way of challenging opponents to make perimeter shots, but also you want to show different looks just to kind of disrupt the rhythm of a team's offensive flow.
Now here's Randall. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Boy, there was plenty of contact down low, but Randall assertive and able to find the finish.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Spencer, the pass to Aldama. Here's Spencer, covered by Conley. Jackson in the corner. Hits it from three-point range. Jackson's got the lead up to 3 now for the Grizzlies.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
For 3, Edwards. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but GA much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, in an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Back over to you.
Thank you, Allie. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Coward. Edwards defending. To the inside. Aldama passes to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Here's Coward. From downtown. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Edwards. Randall dishes to Conley. Outside, Reed. At the elbow, Randall. Randall is doubled. Here's Reed. And a miss there on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Aldama. Now here's Jackson. From 13, Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside, Edwards. Free throw line jump shot. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Well, that's surprising. This guy is a good mid-range shooter, just can't get it to go.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Memphis out in front. They're up by 3. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
I'm here with Chris Finch, and Coach, any adjustments that you'd like to see on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we'd like to get some movement and get into a bunch of random pick and rolls, and then we feel like keep the defense a little bit off balance, but been a little sluggish so far tonight.
Got to put the defense back on its toes. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie, for that. And folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
And for that matchup with the Raptors, this looks like a complete toss-up to me. Talent level is similar. These games often come down to a few key plays.
And if that's the case, we'll see who has the better closers tonight. Now let's break down the first half of our game. The Grizzlies are locked in a tight one.
You see their intent right away, Shaq. I mean, finding high percentage shots, that's great. Right now, that's their advantage.
Yeah, they've established a strong foundation offensively, and they're building on that. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jaren Jackson. What a contribution.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Jackson gets the bucket.
Yeah, a big night for Jackson so far. He's a talented scorer and only getting better.
Edwards looking it over. Randall no good.
This guy's such a talented finisher, but the D does just enough.
And you look at this Timberwolves roster, Doris, quite a spread as far as the ages of their top players.
Oh, Kevin, you've got a couple of guys who are absolutely on the back 9 and really walking up the fairway of number 18. And then you've got Mr. McDaniels and Anthony Edwards, 2 guys in their early 20s. But this is the fascinating part. There's a runway left, and what do they do with it? Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The free throw drops from McDaniels.
There is simply no substitute for what Jaden McDaniels gives you on the defensive end every night. This guy is elite.
Jerome with it, defended by DiVincenzo. It's stolen by Gobert. For the tie, and the rejection by Jackson. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Coward. Edwards defending. Shoots from 12. Jackson misses. For Minnesota, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Well, the work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
And a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert is improving his perimeter defense as well, Greg. It's helped his overall game.
Yeah, teams have looked to pull him outside and test his lateral quickness. But I tell you, he holds up better than you think, and we know his presence at the rim.
For Memphis, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And how about as a group? 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Free throw good. Landale. Santi Aldama's checked in for Jaren Jackson. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Boy, the missed free throw there keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
A nice shot by McDaniels.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Memphis trailing here. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Jerome, to the paint. Clock at 4. Landale pass to Jerome. Here's Coward. No good with the triple. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. And here's Edwards. Pass to Gobert. No one near Randall as he lets it go. No good on the 3. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. It's stolen by Gobert. Edwards inside, guarded by Jerome. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. 4 on the clock. Ball's knocked loose and finished off by Gobert.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
Here's Coward. Puts up a deep 3, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we've reached the end of the third. The Timberwolves on top. They finish off the third quarter on a 10-1 run. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Santi Aldama is out there with Jackson. Then there's Jaren Jackson. And it's Spencer in at the point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Something else that they've had working for them is attacking the offensive glass. Boy, taking advantage and creating second chance points. Impressive.
Here's Spencer. Outside Jackson. Over Clark. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Memphis, Jackson. Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jackson. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Juzang's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. Timberwolves leading by 4. Now Dillingham. There's the pick. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Jackson.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Spencer. Over by Conley. Here's Jackson. Oh, and the great look, but will not go in. Here's Conley. Now Randall. That's off.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Caldwell-Pope outside. Jackson fires. Down he goes for 3.
And he's proven he can make this shot. Jackson, the D has to respect his range better than that.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. Coach had a clear message for his team. He said, quote, let's finish the job out there. It's ours for the taking if we can just get it done. So it sounds like he's hoping they can close out this game strong, guys.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Here's Coward. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Jerome against DiVincenzo. Jerome with it. Strong move off the glass.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Oh, here's Edwards. And it misses. Here's Coward, defended by Gobert. Here's Jerome. Now Jackson to take the lead, and the crafty layup. Good.
And that's a player with no fear. Jackson steps to the forefront, goes out and gets them a massive bucket.
Edwards just makes it look simple inside.
Anthony Edwards relishes big-time moments, and he delivers right there.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Grizzlies. Here's Jerome.
Had a foul to give there, but you'd rather it not have it cost your team points.
Second team foul. At the line for Memphis, Jerome. 2 shots.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
And when the pressure mounts, he is absolutely someone they can rely on.
Here's Gobert. Sweet shot at the right time.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
Edwards.
Oh, Anthony Edwards loves these moments, and boy, does he deliver.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Here's Coward. Shot clock at 6. Good.
Boy, remarkable how efficient he's been scoring the ball. He feels good right now.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Turning here to our analyst. What factors, guys, come to your mind?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
Edwards. Whoa! Extra right there from Edwards.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim-wrap.
Just a remarkable jump. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
13. At the line for 3.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Wow, huge trip there. Now you have got to defend that three-point line.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that'll do it, folks. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm